Hey, Jim here from Silver Forecast, and it is Friday morning, January 30th, and we had some volatility in the silver market last night, as you probably all know. And we will be talking about this in today's journal. I actually filmed this yesterday, but the 3 points that I talk about in it really apply to today. So the first point was listening to a lot of guys that know what they're talking about. Michael Oliver, Peter Schiff, and their general thesis is that this price is going higher. It's going to be volatile like we're seeing today, but the price is going higher. Two, if you look at structure has not changed at all. And if you look at Shanghai spot this morning, it's down, but so is the COMEX silver spot. So the premium hasn't changed, but that's just some of the structures that we look at. And of course, the third, the dollar, and a lot plays into that, like geopolitics and all the stressors there, war in Iran, tariffs, and all that sort of thing. So these three things that we talk about in the video today are all relevant. The main thing here is to hold the line. Today is just all part of the game plan, and nothing's changed. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So here you go. Hey, Jim here from Silver Forecast Weekly Journal. We are down here in Southwest Florida, and last time we talked to you, we were up in the winter, and this is quite a change. So we're kind of happy to be where we're at. This morning, I have a Caldwell cigar. It's called the Cream Crush, and it's a really tasty cigar. It's not a flavored cigar. It has a nice creamy finish, kind of like a Romeo and Juliet. But these are kind of hard to find. So if you see these out there, try one if you like cigars. But anyway, we are here in Southwest Florida, and man, last time we talked, it was we talked about surviving the middle, and boy, are we in the middle right now. Last time, I think silver price was around $70. And right now, I think this morning, it's kind of pulled back a little bit, but it was at 120. So honestly, it's been a little uncomfortable, and I get it. I've been uncomfortable, but it would be a lot nicer if the price just kind of went up a little bit, consolidated, then went up, and that sort of thing. I'd be a lot more comfortable with that, but it hasn't done that. It's just kind of gone parabolic, honestly, from before 50 almost all the way. Now, yeah, we did have a pullback, as you all know, in the 70s, but it's gone parabolic, and it's been uncomfortable. And right now we're talking. Last time I discussed talking about surviving the middle. Now I want to talk about, holding through the instability, and it's kind of the same thing, and it's kind of the same remedy. So holding through the instability or surviving the middle, the way to do that is knowing the end result and knowing this is all part of the game plan. And we do that by, one, listening to people like good, smart analysis like Michael Oliver. Two, that are indicators, the structure that's holding up the silver price. And then three, we look at, like the DAX and the US dollar. One, basically, we're looking at a new price reality in silver of somewhere of silver being, $300 to $500 within the first 2 quarters of this year, 2026. So, that's right around the corner. That's, early summer, late spring. So we're months away from that. So one thing that's helping me get through this kind of uncomfortable instability is knowing and believing that that's the plan. And it's not just like, oh, I believe it and I wish. We know that's the plan. But then if you look at what the structure is, kind of the second thing, these things that are holding up this silver price. And well, what are those? Well, we look at these every morning on Silver Forecast morning signals. So we kind of put these out there and you can monitor them too. But our main indicators right now are physical inventories in both COMEX and the Shanghai Futures Exchange. And those are going down consistently. So we've been monitoring these and they just keep going down, both at COMEX and surprisingly physical at Shanghai. You think, well, maybe the physical, it's kind of more of a real market, and maybe they have some more silver. Oh, they don't. those physical inventories are going down there too. Yeah, now COMEX is kind of more of a paper thing and that sort of thing, but there is physical there, both eligible and registered, and those are going for more price discovery or higher silver prices. We also look at that Shanghai premium, and that continues to go up. So that premium between the Shanghai price, like I think today it was $134, and right now I think COMEX spot is 112. Well, that's a huge premium right there, and we take a look at that difference. So as that continues to expand, well, there's really no way that price can go down significantly. Yeah, it can be volatile, and so you can have all these, you can have all these indicators, but and the price can go down. But overall, it's going to go up, and you're not going to see it in the mainstream media. They're not talking about it, at all. They're not even talking about $120 silver or $115 silver. I mean, you can find it maybe deep in the mainstream media web pages and that sort of thing, but they're not talking about it. It's kind of a lie by omission, and we've done some morning signals on that. 3, we look at monetary pressure, and we got like the DAX in the US dollar that continues to just go down, and that was, last I looked, it was in 96.0 something, and a couple days ago it got down to 95. Michael Oliver is saying it's going to go down to the 70s, back in like the 1970s level, but 0 point something. So when you look at those 3 things, those are 3 good indicators that we monitor every morning on Silver Forecast Morning Signal. It's on a short feed, so it's about 60 to 90 seconds every day. So if you subscribe to, you can get this in like 60 or 90 seconds every day, and we're monitoring these, and we can kind of tell you where we're at in the process. If you do want more of more than 60 to 90 seconds, you can kind of click down below. There's a little triangle. We have SF Desk Brief live newsroom, and you can click on that to kind of get the daily in-depth, and that's about 4 to 5 minutes every day. So if you're more interested in the more of the mechanics, what's going on there, you can take a look at that. So that's how, at least I'm trying to get through this that's how I'm trying to hold through this instability and surviving the middle, knowing those 3 things. So I invite you to look at Morning Signal and SF Desk Brief. And we're going to start doing our journals every week. This is kind of our chance to kind of communicate back and forth. You can leave your comments. If you like this format, if you don't, let me know. If there's things on the Silver Forecast that you don't like, I do use AI tools on Silver Forecast, and the reason I do that is it allows me to get information out much quicker to you. So I love doing this. I'm going to go fishing here as soon as we're done, but honestly, I can't do this every day. I wish I could, but I could, for me to get set up and get this going, it takes a lot of work when I can otherwise just get the use AI tools and get the information out that way. But there is a person behind those. That person's me. And on our SF Desk Brief, I do have a AI person there, but that's actually a real person. It's not. That's obviously AI, but that's based on a real person. Tell me what you're doing. How are you getting through that? Are you surviving the middle? How are you holding through, all this? How are you surviving the middle? Are you looking at a pullback? Are you following along with Michael Oliver, or do you think the price is going up to 500, or maybe you're leveraged, or are you buying mining stocks? Let me know what you're doing. Let me know where you're from too. I get a lot of people that are from other states and other countries, and it's kind of interesting just to know. So put your name in the, or don't put your name in the comments. I mean, am I off base here? Are you stacking? Are you buying your mining stocks? Are you selling? Are you trying to position? That's not a bad thing. I mean, if you're trying to, hey, I want to sell, I got a lot of profit in my mining shares, and, maybe I just kind of sell anyways, and just kind of see where things go, and then I'll buy them back. That's not a bad strategy. I'm not saying it's bad or it's fragile or anything like that. So, let me know if that's what you're doing. But anyway, thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week. I'm not sure we'll be right here. There were some alligators out here. There was one over there. Anyway, I passed one. Here's a video of it. But anyway, we will see you next week, and thanks for listening.